My name is Madison Parker. And the day my grandmother gifted me her brand new black SUV. My parents handed the keys to my younger sister before I even touched the steering wheel. Flushed heartbreak. Mom smiled like it was completely normal. Dad said, "Your sister needs it more than you do." I stood there shocked while my sister Ashley drove away laughing in the car Grandma bought for me. But what none of them knew was that Grandma had secretly installed a tracker, dash cameras, and one legal document that changed everything forever. And 3 days later, Grandma walked into our house holding a folder that left my entire family speechless. My name is Madison Parker. I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina in a family where favoritism wasn't hidden. It was obvious, painfully obvious, especially when it came to my younger sister Ashley. Ashley was the family princess. Beautiful, charming, spoiled. Meanwhile I became the responsible daughter. The daughter expected sacrificing quietly while Ashley got everything easier. If Ashley crashed a car, Dad blamed stress. If I forgot one household chore, Mom called me selfish for days. Growing up, I convinced myself that working harder would eventually earn equal love. But honestly, some families don't reward sacrifice. They exploit it. By 26, I worked 2 jobs while finishing graduate school online. I paid my own bills, bought my own groceries, handled life independently. Ashley, she was 23, unemployed, and somehow still treated like a helpless child. My parents paid her rent, her shopping bills, even her speeding tickets. And whenever I questioned it, Mom always repeated, "Family helps each other." Funny how that sentence only applied one direction. The only person who truly treated me fairly was my grandmother Evelyn. Grandma saw everything, every ignored birthday, every unfair comparison, every sacrifice. But unlike everyone else, she never stayed silent about it. One evening while helping Grandma organize old photo albums, she suddenly asked, "Do you know why Ashley keeps getting rewarded for irresponsibility?" I laughed bitterly. No clue. Grandma sighed deeply. "Because your parents confuse guilt with love." At the time I didn't fully understand what she meant. Later, I understood perfectly. A month before my birthday, my old car finally died completely on the highway. Transmission failure. Too expensive fixing. I felt devastated because I genuinely couldn't afford another vehicle yet. Without transportation, balancing work and school became nearly impossible. Meanwhile Ashley drove around in a luxury convertible Dad leased for her despite having no job. That alone hurt enough. But then something unexpected happened. On my birthday morning, Grandma invited me outside her house smiling mysteriously. Parked in the driveway sat a beautiful black SUV. Brand new. I genuinely thought it belonged to someone else. Then Grandma placed keys into my hand. "Happy birthday, sweetheart." I froze completely. What? Tears filled my eyes instantly. The SUV wasn't outrageously flashy, but it was reliable, safe, and expensive enough that I knew Grandma planned this carefully. I hugged her crying harder than I expected. Not because of the car. Because for once, someone chose me first. Grandma smiled softly. "You spent your whole life taking care of everyone else. Let someone take care of you for once." That sentence broke me emotionally. For the first time in years, I felt valued. Then came the mistake. I brought the SUV home. The second Ashley saw it, her expression changed instantly. Jealousy. Pure jealousy. She walked around the car dramatically. "Wow, must be nice." Mom immediately joined outside staring at the SUV silently. Then Dad asked the question that ruined everything. "Did Evelyn really buy this for you?" Something about his tone made my stomach tighten. That evening during dinner, Ashley suddenly started crying. Actual tears. Claiming she felt unsupported because her friends all drove newer SUVs. I nearly laughed from disbelief. Then Mom looked directly at me. "Maybe you should let Ashley use it temporarily." I blinked slowly. "What?" Dad sighed like I was being unreasonable already. "Ashley has more social responsibilities right now." Social responsibilities. She literally spent afternoons posting selfies at coffee shops. I refused immediately. No. That single word changed the atmosphere instantly. Mom called me selfish. Ashley stormed upstairs crying dramatically. Dad barely spoke to me afterward. The next morning I woke up late for work and walked outside, only to find the SUV gone. Gone. Panic exploded through my body. I thought someone stole it. Then Ashley casually walked downstairs holding Starbucks, wearing sunglasses, and my keys. I stared at her in disbelief. "Where's my car?" Ashley rolled her eyes. "Mom and Dad said I could borrow it." Borrow. My stomach turned seeing luggage bags already inside the SUV. Apparently Ashley planned using it for a weekend beach trip. Without asking me, I confronted my parents immediately. Dad barely looked up from his newspaper. "Ashley needs it more right now." Mom added coldly, "Stop acting dramatic. It's just a car. Just a car." No, it was the first thing anyone ever chose specifically for me, and they handed it away like my feelings didn't matter at all. Again, I cried harder that day than I had in years. Not because of the SUV itself. Because deep down, I realized nothing I owned would ever truly belong to me around my family. Then 3 days later, everything exploded. Grandma arrived unexpectedly at our house holding a thick folder. The second she noticed Ashley's beach photos online featuring the SUV, her entire expression changed. Ice cold. She walked into the living room quietly while my parents smiled nervously. Then Grandma asked one simple question. "Where is Madison's vehicle?" Nobody answered immediately. Finally Mom forced an awkward smile. "Ashley just borrowed it for a few days." Grandma slowly nodded. Then she opened the folder. And suddenly, Dad's face lost color instantly. Inside the folder sat ownership documents. Not only was the SUV legally registered solely under my name, Grandma also included written conditions connected to the gift. Conditions specifically protecting the vehicle from unauthorized use or transfer. Then Grandma calmly revealed something else. The SUV had built-in tracking and interior cameras for insurance purposes. Meaning, she already knew Ashley took it without permission. Silence swallowed the room completely. Ashley looked terrified now. Then Grandma spoke words nobody expected. "Return the vehicle immediately, or I report it stolen." Mom gasped. Dad stood up angrily. "You'd call police on family." Grandma stared directly at him without blinking. "You stole from your daughter." That sentence hit the room like thunder. Because suddenly everyone saw the truth clearly. Not borrowing, not helping family, stealing. Ashley started crying immediately, but this time, nobody comforted her. Grandma then turned toward me gently. And what she said next changed my life forever. "Madison, stop shrinking yourself to keep selfish people comfortable." I burst into tears instantly. Because she was right. My entire life revolved around sacrificing quietly, hoping eventually someone would love me equally. But people benefiting from your silence rarely reward it. That evening Ashley returned the SUV silently. No apology, no accountability, just embarrassment. But Grandma wasn't finished. The next week she updated her estate legally. And for the first time ever, my parents realized their favoritism carried real consequences. Large consequences. Suddenly Mom started calling me constantly, acting kinder. Dad suddenly respected boundaries. Ashley suddenly became more independent. Funny how quickly behavior changes when entitlement loses rewards. But honestly, by then something inside me already shifted permanently. I stopped begging for fairness from people committed to misunderstanding my worth. A year later I moved into my own condo across the city. With my SUV parked outside. Fully mine. And every time I touched those keys, I remembered something important. Real love doesn't constantly demand sacrifice from the same person over and over again. Real love protects you too. Favoritism inside families creates deep emotional wounds that often last for years. People who constantly sacrifice for others deserve appreciation, not exploitation. And sometimes boundaries become necessary when family members mistake kindness for weakness. Real love is fair. Real love respects ownership. Real love does not steal from one child to reward another. If this story touched your heart, thumbs up, like this video. Bell, subscribe for more emotional stories. Speech balloon, comment below. Would you forgive family members who gave away something meant for you? Flushed heartbreak.